Hello everyone, Oz here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are reacting to Mahiru's voice drama and music video. Let's go. All right, so from what we know about Mahiru is that we did not forgive her for trial 1, or at least the audience did not forgive her, which resulted with Kotoko attacking her. She's like one out of the 2 with Futa and her being attacked. I know the other 2 also got attacked, but not really. Actually, I don't know if Amani got attacked. But anyways, I feel bad for Mahiru personally. Even though I was in the side of not forgiving her, I did not expect her to have a near-death experience, you know? Shido did kind of vouch for her and like healed her up, things like that. She's one of the people that Shido really considered like, she's going to be in danger if he's gone. And I could see it, right? At least at this point, I'm still going to keep an open mind with Mahiru. I'm hoping to see like what happens with her story, her background story. I think her story for the first trial is still a little vague for me. I think I got the idea, but I still really don't know what happened. So I'm really curious about that. I'm also curious, similar to like Futa, of how she's going to react with us not forgiving her, and any like tales, any stories in between that and right now. I hope it's going to be productive. She doesn't look like she's in a status of like that can speak right now, or she's just really depressed, or maybe her emotions, her theme is kind of like loving too much, and I don't know if that's going to flip just because this happens. I don't know. I'm curious. I don't really dislike Mahiru, even though I didn't forgive her. I think it's more so just like the case of it I just didn't like too much. Obviously, like with the first 5 people, my thoughts on people can still change. You know what I'm saying? Like how it changed with Mu, how it changed with other people, with Haruka. So I'm keeping an open mind. I love Mahiru's music video in the first one, so I also cannot wait for the second one. So all right, let's go. Aw, it's so sad. Mm. Aw. I feel so bad. I feel so bad. Ah, she's in the wheelchair. Oh. Oh.
尋問に出てこれると思わなかった。全部指導さんのおかげだよ。あ、ミルグラムにもありがとうだよね。医療
See, I feel really bad. I feel really bad. I don't know. Like she's even thanking Milgram, even though technically Milgram being here caused her to be attacked. Dude, I feel so bad. I feel so bad.
器具とか車椅子とか貸してくれてありがとうだね。S 君に言うので合ってるのかな。なんでそんな悲しそうな顔してるの？そんな大きな怪我をさせてしまったから。でもこれはことこちゃんだと思うから。
Oh.
S 君が悪いわけじゃないんでしょ。だからってことこちゃんのことも恨んだりしてね。
Oh.
譲れないものがあったんだと思うし。そんな。いや、もうやめてほしいけど、なんて。マヒル。ごめんね、心配かけて。大丈夫。
This is kind of a hard watch. I don't know. I feel really bad. I'm not really like I if you've been watching me, ever since like trial 2, you can kind of tell that I really don't like violence, and that's why I kind of like 360 or like a 180 on Kotoko a little bit. Um, I don't know. Like I'm not really a big fan of violence. Uh, and I feel like I thought that was gonna be Milgram, right? I didn't know that prisoners can attack each other, but I don't know. This is just so hard to watch. To be honest with you, I feel really bad. Like she's being positive about it too, you know. It's not like Futa.
痛くないよ。
嘘をつくな。今指導を。
本当だよ。痛くない。あなたに許されなかったことに比べたら。
Oh no. No.
何も痛くないんだよ。
See, okay, that actually kind of like is also another question. And I don't know if the community can help me with it. Like, I feel like some people would just not care about like that decision in general. You know, like let's say like let's subtract what Kotoko did for everyone, right? Um, everyone who did not get forgiven, like what's the difference, right? Like, do they get tortured? Do they get like electric chaired or something? No, right? Like, I feel like other than the Kotoko vote or the Kotoko like action, which is like beating them up, I feel like there's maybe it's like an internal like reassurance thing. That's what they needed. But for me, if I knew that I was doing something and then the public didn't agree with it, I feel like I wouldn't say it wouldn't hurt, but like I wouldn't let it affect me that much, if that makes sense. Um, kind of like him or like her and Futa um has been saying. I feel like I don't know. I guess like it's everyone, even the positive side. They're just like, oh, like you reassured me. You're kind of like the god here, so like I guess I'm all good. Like I guess he agreed with what I did, or kind of like things like that, right? Kind of like with Mu and Haruka. Um, I didn't think. I guess like that's the whole point of this program, or like the series. But like I didn't think that our words are just that like it affects them that much, right? Like I just didn't know that. I thought it was just been like, oh, I don't really care if you not forgive me, like I still firmly believe that like I'm still in the right or something like that. Like they'll be like really defensive about it, but I didn't think they'll be like hurt, like emotionally, if that makes sense. Oh, I forgot to say the title. Love is Undead. Oh my gosh.
あれからずっと聞こえる。私を許さないって声。S 君の誰のわからない。わからないけどずっと聞こえてた。
マヒル、落ち着け。
私がやったことはそんなに悪いことなの。私はただみんなと同じように普通の恋愛をしてただけなのに、なんでそれが許されないの？ねえ、なんで
マヒル、
Oh.
ごめんなさい。急に触られると
Oh.
痛いの。思い出して。
Oh, that's so sad.
いい。喋らなくてもいい。ゆっ
That's so
くり
sad.
でいい。
ごめんね。S 君のことが
Oh, I feel bad. Like you could see like her like fingers and stuff on the just
深呼
sticking
吸し
out.
よう。大丈夫だ。
Mahiru.
もう大丈夫。
マヒル。
ねえ S 君、なんで私は許されなかったのかな。 S 君の口から聞きたいな。
僕の口から。
前も言ったけど、
Mm-hmm.
私はただ人を愛しただけ。ミルグラムがどういう映像を見せたのか私にはわからないんだけど、あなたの目にはそう映らなかったの。あなたには何が見えていたの？あなたは何を感じたの？
僕の目に映ったのはお前が楽しそうな姿だけだ。恋をしていたんだろう。お前が幸福であったことは僕にも伝わってきたよ。
だよ よね。とても楽しかったもの。恋したくなった。
それは知らん。
釣れないな。で、なんでそれが許さないことにつながるの？
確かに幸福な映像に見えた。ただ前提としてミルグラムはお前を人殺しだと言っている。
Yeah, I think at this point, I don't know why she was a murderer. It's not as straightforward. I think that's also one reason why I was kind of leaning towards not. At least like okay, before they present it, which I feel like they will. My prediction of what she did is that I feel like she was overbearing or maybe like a stalker. I'm not really sure yet. Let's see. I think it is hard. I feel like now that I'm kind of like looking back, I actually have no idea why I did not forgive her. I feel like I was leaning towards like being neutral about it, but if I had to pick, I do believe it's like conversation, the voice trial with the first trial with her. I just didn't really like how her attitude was, but it reminds me of like how Moo was right now. Compared to like before and stuff, like it was kind of like flipped in a way, and like emotionally, like how I felt about both of them. But maybe because like I just see her right now being injured, like I don't know. At this point, I'm a very neutral with her still.
客観的な事実を映すわけではない。どうした？
まひる、あんまり頭良くないからわかりやすく言ってほしいな。
お前はお前の都合のいいように事実を解釈している可能性がある。幸せな恋愛はお前の認知の中だけだというな。と僕は判断したと思う。
それはショックだな。S 君は私が。
See, I feel like I get why she thinks that, but I feel like she's not considering like every perspective that us like we don't know what you've been through. And I get why she's also being defensive about that, but it's like with a lot of trial one music videos, it does not show the whole story. Like Moo, right? Like we did not know. There was something prequel to that, which showed a lot more context. And obviously she doesn't really know like what we also like talk about, so it makes sense. And honestly, like, I sympathize with her a lot. And I feel like I mean, S has a point, and also where she could just twist everything, like and there's also only like one perspective of that relationship, right? Because like it could be a one-sided relationship in which like she's just so blinded about love and she's so blinded about um her own feelings that she is not considering the other person's feelings, which kind of caused them to like die. Like I don't know if it's like a murder per se, but they have like a very fluid version of murder in this series, at least. You know what I'm saying?
嘘つきだと思ってるってことだね。何かそう思われるようなことしたかな、私。
僕は看守だ。お前を傷つけてしまうことは分かっているが、自分の考えは伝える。
聞かせて。
お前の愛が人を殺したと言っていたな。
そうだね。
一方的な愛の感情による行動、例えばいわゆるストーカー行為、そういったものの果てに人を殺した、そういう可能性もある。
ひどいな。
あ、そうだな。
私が実際に何かしているのを見たわけじゃないんだよね。
ああ、直接的にはな。
そう。
あくまでミルグラムは三神性だ。結論ではない。 現段階ではその線で見ているというだけだ。
私と彼は愛し合っていたよ。ちゃんと彼氏と彼女大学で出会って、私は初めてだったからうまくできたかわからないけど、普通にお付き合いしていたと思う。私は運命だと思った。彼もそう言ってくれた。
そうか。
ストーカーなんかじゃない。
I I feel like after that explanation, I wonder if she's also his first, right? Um, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I I don't know. Maybe I just don't have a comment because I'm like thinking about the guy perspective too. Because like I think her case seems very straightforward because like how else can she really like kill someone at this point and she doesn't really acknowledge it, right? I feel like the guy KMS, like committed and because it was too much. There's not a lot of possibilities that I can think of where that will be a result, right? Because she doesn't seem like she killed someone like, like physically. So it has to be some kind of emotion, something like that. And even with all these like, like her opener and her intro about her relationship, nothing's really weird. There's no like domestic violence. There's nothing really. But I don't know. Even the soccer idea seems like out of the water right now. But let's see. I mean, maybe she'll say it in like the next 20 seconds.
エス君からしたら、私がストーカーでもそう言うって感じだろうけども。
そうだな。
でも決めたの。私も自分の気持ちをきちんと伝える。彼は死んだ。もしかしたら私の愛のせいかもしれない。
マヒル。
でも私は普通に人を愛しただけなの。何も間違ったことはしていないと思う。
Wait, is she gonna say why or how he died? Are they gonna say that?
そして私は愛なしでは生きられない。
なぜそこまで。
人を愛する尊さを知っているから。人を愛した瞬間に変わる世界の美しさを知っているから。私を許さないということは、私から愛することを奪うということ。それは生きていないのと一緒。水が飲めないこととか空気がないことと一緒なの。だからこの愛が許されないなら死んだって構わない。ことこちゃんの行動だって大した問題じゃない。彼女も
I think her case is very similar to like nah, maybe not. I was like maybe similar to Shido where he wanted to die if, or he wanted to not be forgiven, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. She still hasn't explained how her boyfriend died.
彼女なりに戦っているんだと思う。だから私は咎めない。私も私の愛が間違っていないと思うから。私の愛を恥じないでいたい。エス君がどう思うかで何かを変えたりしないって決めた。
圧倒された。すごいな、お前は。お世辞でなくすごいと思った。
褒められてる
かもな。そんな状況で誰も恨まず 強くあって他人のことも包んでしまえる。なんでそんなことができるんだ？
Honestly, I respect her too. I don't know if this is all an act. I think after the Moo thing, I feel very, I don't know, careful about people. But she's been kind of like this personality the entire like a voice drama. So I'm not really like doubting her as strongly as some other people. So I think she's just a nice person. I mean, like that's kind of like what she said like a minute ago. She just wants to love people. And yeah, I'm surprised that she's not mad at me, or it's not like awkward, or she's not yelling or whatever. I mean, maybe she can't yell physically, but I'm just surprised that she's not like reacting as strongly as I think like what something like Futa would do. You know what I'm saying? I'm really surprised, and I don't know. I mean, I'm leaning towards forgiving her, or like yeah, forgiving her this trial. I feel like she hasn't really done anything really bad, but I don't know what the community thinks about that. I don't know if they think she's faking it.
これが愛の力なんす。
マヒル、
レレ調子乗っちゃったかな。
お前の気持ちは伝わった。正々堂々第二審もお前を判断する。
それでいい。
すまない。お前がこうなったのは僕の責任だ。お前を許さなかったことは僕の意志だ。詫びるつもりはない。だがことこの行動を予測できなかったことは僕の落ち度だ。こんなことになると分かっていたら。
こんなことになると分かっていたらことこちゃんを許さなかったの？
Honestly, yes. Like personally for me, if I knew, if I can, if I can look forward in time and go back and then know that Kotoko will attack everyone who is not forgiven, I would not forgive her as well, because I actually do not know how that's gonna shape her. That's why I'm so curious if trial 2, like if I know trial 3 is out, like, but I don't know how she would react if we did not forgive her. Trial 2, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm so curious.
ことこちゃんが悪い人を攻撃していくって知っていたら S 君がことこちゃんの罪を見て許したいと思った気持ちも判断も変わっちゃうものなの。これは S 君の信じることをした結果なんでしょ。お仕事頑張った結果なんでしょ。
はあ、
覚えてるかな？第一審、私お仕事頑張る人好きって言ったの。
はあ、言っていたな。
私は
Damn.
S 君に
Aw.
お仕事頑張る
Dude.
人好きって言ったから、この痛みも受け入れるよ。だから周りに何を言われてもあなたが思うことをすればいいと思うな。
お前がそれを言うのか。
うん、S 君お仕事頑張ってて
Aw.
偉いね。あれ泣いてるの S 君。
泣いてない。
強がりだ。
違う。話は
I don't know why I'm being so defensive. I don't know.
続きを見せてもらうぞ、マヒル。
I was so curious about this music video. I wonder what happened.
ふつつかものですが、
Aw.
よろしくお願いします。
囚人番号6番マヒル、お前の罪を歌え。
Dude. Yeah, I kind of I answered like the whole question impulsively. I honestly think I wouldn't have had forgiven Kotoko during the first trial if I knew. I think the whole idea was good, right? You know, if you put it in writing, I think it makes sense. But I feel like in Milgram's setting, I feel like it does not make sense. Or at least like I think it doesn't. Like I feel like Milgram's like cases are very variety, and with Kotoko is very like action oriented and does not listen to any logic and reason. Um yeah, she's kind of well, kind of like what we talked about. She's kind of like a vigilante, right? Like for me, like I'll look into the pros and cons and like things like that. I'll look into like both sides of the argument, like why they did what they did, things like that. But she just kind of like actioned off of like one decision, which is kind of crazy. She's like the I don't know, like the keyboard warriors, and you know, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I'm heavily leaning towards forgiving Mahiru for sure. I don't think she's a bad person. But I am still curious about her case. Like, I don't think she really talked about it. She confirmed certain things, but nothing really about like her case with murder. So, I'm so excited about the music video, and yeah, let's watch it. Woo! All right, this one is called "I Love You." Let's go.
衣食住プラスアイミスユー来週会えますかの KD 許されない生きがい
Okay, that is what I remember from the first trial. I believe it cut around that part. The whole undead thing with the voice drama. I don't know how to say it makes sense, but I guess it connects to this one.
気もできない狂気は私の愛なんですよ。みんなはよくて私はダメなんて理不尽 between レイアンダイ重いから捨てようだなんてそんなの絶対無理無理無理無理。食欲ない眠れない髪もボサボサこれからどう生きていけばいいの教えてくれなきゃ私になれない衣食住マイナス I miss you こんなに一途でキュートなハート勝ちも見れ泣いてる終わりだあなたが踏んだの私の愛なんですよ。どうかしちゃうよこのままじゃ好きだよって言うのも好きなのに気持ちは
Hold on. I'm so wait. Let's go from the start because I'm actually kind of confused. What the heck?
衣食住プラスアイミスユー来週会えますかの KD 許されない生きがいも息もできない狂気は私の愛なんですよ。みんなはよくて私はダメなんて理不尽 between レイアンダイ重いから捨てようだなんてそんなの絶対無理無理無理無理。食欲ない眠れない髪もボサボサこれからどう生きていけばいいの教えてくれなきゃ私になれない衣食住マイナス I miss you こんなに一途でキュートなハート勝ちも見れ泣いてる終わりだあなたが踏んだの私の愛なんですよ。どうかしちゃうよこのままじゃ好きだよって言うのも好きなのに気持ちはアンコントロール迷惑だってちょっとねどうして認めてくれないのだって好きたいだって大好きたいだって好きたい
Is that translation correct? A monstrous? Egg? Ooh.
君がいれば他の誰も私はいらない君が笑えるならどんなこともやれるなんて思ったんだよ息が詰まるほどに縛り上げた幸せはもうここにはないよまた会えたなら君に何をどう言うだろう食事プラスアイミスユー来週会えますかの K です許されない生きがいも息もできない狂気は私の愛なんですよ衣食住マイナス I miss you こんなに一途でキュートなハート勝ちも見れ泣いてる終わりだあなたが踏んだの私の愛なんですよどうかしちゃうよこのままじゃ好きだよって言うのも好きなのに気持ちはアンコントロール迷惑だってちょっとねどうして
What the? Oh, I don't really know what to think about that. Uh, I feel like it's a lot of like double meaning because I feel like this is her perspective that she's being nice, and then it's she's actually feeding him rats or something. I think that's what it means. Like she thinks that everything is going well, but it's actually not, right? Am I wrong? Um, she's blinded by the love and attention, I guess, and I am pretty sure it's her fault. Like it doesn't look like he did really he did anything. Yeah, like I mean like even like the effect, like like the effect of this image, it seems like it's like a cloud, which kind of suggests it's kind of like a dream, or it's not, it wasn't real. Um yeah, I think this part kind of, I don't say confirmed, but at least kind of showed a lot about it. I think she was delusional. I think that's actually why I didn't forgive her, because she's kind of delusional, and I guess she still is. Um, her case is very unique to me because um, even though after looking at this, I'm still probably gonna forgive her. I don't think she's like bad per se that I won't forgive her, especially since I honestly, in my personal opinion, she kind of got the consequence already, or at least like part of it, right? Like majority of it. And at this point, maybe I don't know, man. It maybe it is kind of affecting me a little because even after interrogating her and even after her realizing everything, like uh with Kotoko, she still did not realize her sins and her mistakes, which kind of makes me question a little bit. I think with her well-being, I want to forgive her, but at the same time, this whole interrogation, trial two interrogation for Mahiru, it just seems like a big lie. I don't say a big lie. I feel like at least like a good chunk of it was a lie when she's explaining about like what she did and what she did with the murder. I think that's the reason why she was hiding it, and it wasn't explicitly said. Reminds me of those like Danganronpa cases where certain details are hidden. I think it's because she wanted to hide it, right? Especially here, like in her own delusion, it seems like she's doing really good, but then like in the perspective of the guy, she definitely killed him. So I don't know, pretty interesting case. Um, honestly, as much as was so gung ho about like forgiving her, I think at this point I'm still leaning towards forgiving, but like yeah, like I do realize and acknowledge her fault and her, I don't know, yeah, I guess her fault, and I don't really like it, to be honest with you. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. So some people in the Discord in the community told me to watch some videos, what you call that, so yeah, some videos about any theory crafting. I feel like I can watch it as long as it doesn't have spoilers. I believe they created it during trial 2, so I feel like it'll be safe. I still need to backtrack the last two people and then like these two pairs, so I might do that first. Hopefully I can do that in the next like day or two. I'm not really sure how long the videos are. I still have to look at that, but yeah, thank you for watching this video. And yeah, I'm actually excited because it's Kazui next. So we'll see you next time. Goodbye.